Jack, give me 1 second. This is actually pretty solid. I was hopping on. I was looking at this. I want to see what the 4 hour. Oh, by the way, what's the deal, everybody? What's the deal? How are we doing? So the 4 hour is pretty bullish here, but it's tapped the resistance, and I think this 1 hour is closed back in range, depending on how you mark it. If this, if this current, if this current hourly candle breaks the previous hourly high and flips, we'll take some sells. Give me 1 second. You know what's going on, so if it does that in the next 2 minutes, you guys are aware of what I'm going to be looking for, but I got to deal with something for a second. I'll be right back. Whew, I'm a bit tired from that. So this is very interesting. What's happening? What's happening here? I don't know how long-lived these cells will be here. All right, let's just do a breakdown from the beginning. This should be better. Let's do a breakdown from the beginning. What I see. Besides the fact that the monthly is driving back in range for next year to continue driving down. Weekly bearish, small bottom wick, but the weekly's closed below range, right? So we expect it to fill to roughly 1920s. Daily. When I say 1920s, it doesn't mean this week. You just expect the weekly level to fill this week, next week. Daily closed bearish. Very interesting. You see what happens here? Every time you close at a support or a resistance, doesn't mean you're going to respect it, but typically what happens is, okay, right? You closed over here at a support. What happens in this situation is typically, oh shit, what did I just press? Fuck, what did I just get rid of? Oh shit. Give me one sec. The sound back? Sounds back, right? I think I hear it. Okay, so typically what happens when a candle like the day before yesterday closes at a support, you won't see the next candle drive. That's going to be the candle that's going to give you either a form, some kind of support. You're either going to see this happen in these situations, or you're going to see this happen, right? What we printed here. You're going to see things like this happen. You won't typically, once you close at a support, even if you're bearish, you won't typically see this, right? You're going to need that gladiator, the breakout candle, the decision candle, right? And as it breaks you out of that range, today is a good day. Now that we see that we broke out of it, today is a good day to see if we get a top wick and then drive down. And it probably won't need to be a steep top wick on the daily. Let's look at this, because last time you closed below this area, right here, the price, see right here, it drove all the way down. That's a lot of range here, down to 1966, 67, I'm guessing, area, somewhere around there. So I think if we flip, we can head down. The 4 hour is key, because the 4 hours closing bullish, so maybe we'll flip tomorrow or for New York session, for London session. So because if the 4 hour closes bullish here, it's going to depend where we close. Let's clear all this nonsense. Let's go to the hourly. Actually, let's create some support and resistance areas. See, last time we respected here on the hourly. See that? We were able to drive up. So if we can close bullish here on the hourly, which will also be a 4 hour bullish close. We're going to need a fairly small bottom wick just to tap 1980.8 here, right? If this is the hourly close, I mean the next hourly, this is fine. As soon as we tap this area, actually this area right here, across the board, then we can take buys, but this hourly is going to have to close very bullish. It's a nice support. We're at a key decision area. This hourly close, which is also the 4 hour close, right? But this hourly close in about 48 minutes. That's going to be the key here. I think that's going to give us direction for the session, for the rest of the session, or it's going to let us know that we're ranging. There's still room to come up here. 83.3. Let's see. This is our overall higher time frame range. If anybody disagrees, I don't fucking care. But that's what it is. for me. Sorry, it's gotta look just right. All right, let's see how we print here. Maybe we'll get some 30-minute closures. 30 is a bit lower here, but we'll see. Let's see how we react here. 15 closed above, right? So 15 closed respecting here. We're gonna need to see some strong closures. We're gonna need to see a drive. Up or down, we're gonna need to see a drive and be okay that it's gonna drive 15, 20, 30 pips here, and you're not gonna take a position because you've got to establish the fact that we have volume and which direction, which way we're going. Imbalance below to go down on the 30. Below where and what's an imbalance? Alright, what's up chat? What are we talking about? You might just be right about that though. The withdrawal got me down bad. I've been a lot more tired since I took a break. I'm not sure what we're talking about. What's the deal, Eddie? Look at the 8-hour. It closed below, is it, Jack? Nah, we gonna look at the 23-minute right now. Fuck the goddamn 8-hour. It's 23-minute time. Up, 23-minute just held support. It's heading up. 12 minutes left in this 23-minute. There might be something to this right here, to the 23-minute. This looks like a solid buy. Like if this is the hourly, I'm taking a buy. If it's not the 4-hour close. But it's not. So let's wait for it to play out. No one listens to me. Looking chill tonight? Yeah. Don hit me up today. He was like, yo, last night when I hopped on your stream, it was 10 minutes of just straight jokes, of like just non-stop laughter. I was like, I gotta tone it down a bit, so we just chill. Wow, last night had everything. All right, here we go. One hour. Flipski. This is an hour of straight jokes. You were double penetrating the light? No, I was using the light power source to double penetrate the outlet. Let's put things in their proper places. DP in the outlet is crazy. That's what we're doing. Hey, look. Just because you don't talk about it doesn't mean you guys don't do it. We all do it. It's okay. You don't have to be ashamed just because I talk about it. See, I'm only giving you things you joke about with your friends inside your living room. Little Slim Shady for you. Oh, well, who? Slim Shady. Happy to be here. Glad to have you. My outlet gets plugged all the time. Whoa. Yo, didn't we speak about these things? So we spoke about this. Like, some things you do and just don't tell nobody. I swear we had this conversation. Yeah, shout out to everybody that shows up just to mute me. W. Horribly open about plugging such things. I hear that. Hey. Just you threw me off. Chad, drop a like. Sub to the channel. Turn on notifications. Can you help me in EA? It's just not what I do. I don't even want to look at another pair. What's your last trading day for the year? I'm gonna see when I'm free and when I'm busy. And I think if I got nothing to do on New Year's, we're gonna be over here on New Year's. Well, no, I'm lying. Maybe like the 30th, 29th. If I'm like local and next to my setup. If I'm like out and about somewhere in like a different country, then I won't. But like. But we're streaming. Canada, new. Florida weather super nice. Today was pretty chill. Literally, yeah, chill. Anyone here in Vegas? Hell yeah, Bougie's in Vegas. Bougie is chilling. There's got to be a food shortage in Vegas right now. Bougie done ate everything. Ate all the pasta, all the rice. No carbs in Vegas. They got a good In-N-Out. What's going on here on the smaller time frame? We got we had an irrelevant 15 close, but let's see if the 30 can be somewhat relevant here. I like how the 30 stayed below. This is interesting. Might drive here, right? Because the previous 30s closed below this area. Oh no, it closed above. It didn't respect it. It did. It closed above. No, this is interesting. What's our advantage point here? Um, if we're gonna have to close here, I just don't like that previous bullish 15 that held support, because now if we could flip here, we could grab orders and just flip here to drive up on the 15, and I don't want to be a part of that. I do understand the 30. It's given a pretty delicious celery play if it breaks, but I think if it breaks, the 15 doesn't make sense. So I'm gonna want, right, and the hourly's not really making too much sense. Actually, the hourly's making a lot of sense. But I would probably want this 15 to close. There's enough range to continue down. Let's see if this 15 closes, and then we get a 30 bearish close below all of this, and then we can look for a sell. But I mean, and there's nothing wrong, like based on like if this was 2022, we'd be in sells on the break of the previous candle low, previous 30 low. But I'm not convinced. 6 minutes though. 6 minutes left here. Let it do whatever it wants to do. No, I'm not having sell stops here. I'm gonna wait for this 30 to close, to break and close below. I'll have time to take more sells down. Right now I'm not sure it's gonna break and close below. Get the wall sign. Come on, do something, yo. How do you turn it on? Hakuna Matata, bitch. Let's go. Anything? No? Well, fuck you too then. Shit ain't working. Alright, last 5 on this 30. Close below again. How can we take advantage of this 30? Pay attention to what this did, and we might see a repeat of that. Chat's on another level. Right? Like, I thought yesterday was Friday mode. No, today is Friday mode. Today is fucking aftermarket, 5 p.m. Friday mode. Yo, man, you gonna pass that or what? Manuel Hernandez, you gonna pass that or what? He's like, nope, not passing it. This shit's puff, puff, puff. December is the Friday of months. Let me in. Oh, what up, Jacob? It's more of a puff, puff, tell a story, and continue puffing. That's my secret to keeping the J. I go into story mode. By the time I'm done, the J is done. Nobody realized I didn't pass it. Hey, did that go around? Yup. Uh-oh. Thank you so much. Love you. Can I have a kiss and a hug? Thank you. Love you. You want with Ma? You were with Ma? You were at the neighbors? Was it fun? Awesome. Love you too. Love you very much. Do me a favor. Close the office door though. Thank you. They made me a sandwich. The kids made me a sandwich. The middle one's sleeping, but the older one and the younger one teamed up and made me a sandwich. I didn't even ask for it. They're just on their own destroying the kitchen over there. Please take a look. Now it's 116K in drawdown. Know what to do? I only have one solution. I always say close it and then discuss the trade and figure it out afterwards, and then see if maybe because you might be at a really risky situation. So get out, reevaluate. You always have time to re-enter. Market's not going anywhere. Just reevaluate and come up with a plan. And if you have a plan, drop a chart with your plan. We'll go over it, see if it's a good plan. But right now, you need to get out if you have no plan. I don't even want to see it because you needed to have a plan. 30, ooh, 30 close below. Huh. What's that song Don always plays? Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. This is interesting. Where will we reject if we do reject? It's only 2 pips. Close below on every little time frame here. Let's come up, grab a bit of a steeper top wick. We come up to 81.07 and flip, we'll take sells. Just a bit steeper. Right, because this thing flipped. I saw it flipped and it pulled right back up. So I'd want it to re-break the current highs because it probably needed more orders to continue driving than that flip. I thought it was gone right there when it flipped. But it would probably need more orders, so If that ain't the case, I wish this was a 4-hour flip, but it's not. The 4-hour is pretty bullish here. What's the range? It's about 13 pips to the flip of the 4-hour. Ooh. And the hourly's holding. Chat, I'm not going to take a position here. Even if the 30 flips and drives, I'm going to wait on the hourly. Because if the 30 flips and drives, there's a lot of range on the hourly to fill, but I'll be more confident that the hourly won't. Because here's the thing. The previous hourly closed respecting. So now if you flip, it doesn't necessarily mean you can drive. You're flipping right into a support, and then you can still close above here, respecting this area. We've never closed below here. If the hourly also closes below here, we'll take positions. But right now, look, the higher time frame seems to be what's playing out right here. If we close bullish on the hourly and the bullish on the 4-hour, look, and the last time we closed here, we drove straight up. We might not even. If we close like this, chat, yeah, I think if we close above here, I'm going to take buys off the rip. That will be a strong 4-hour close bullish. So we might flip here on the 30, right? The previous 30's closed below, but the hourly hasn't. So if it doesn't flip, we'll take buys. If it does flip, we'll look for sells on the next hourly. That's what I'm doing here. All right. What up, Daniel? Hello, little one. See, we're a rare breed, bro. We're a rare breed. We're fathers of girls. Oh, don't say the word rip wicks because it's gonna push more out. Yeah. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Which instance do you wait for wick to form before taking off? Well, here's the thing. Typically, if it's a strong closure outside of range, especially on a 4-hour, and there's range to fill, there's a wick to fill. And in this case, there's also an example, right? There's precedent kind of like in law, right? If something happened, then it's likely you're going to follow that again. And we have a precedent here, right? Look at that closure after you held support here. And if it closes above this little resistance, this friggin' candle drove straight up. And we also have the advantage of this being a 4-hour bullish closure, right? And look, this was also a 4-hour closure. This was an hourly and a 4-hour, just like we have right now. So if this happens above here, right, over here, then I'm gonna be in buys off the rip to at least fill the wick, at the very least. And once we're done with that, oh, that's 10 pips here on the dot. Once we're done with that, maybe more. This, for some reason, these ranges, I thought they were bigger. It's all right. Would you say it's depending on how strong the trend is, like a higher time frame closure? Yes. And there's situations where you don't close just above a range, you close above the next range. Not on the higher time frame, but on the small time frame, you'll fly through a couple of ranges, and you'll fill to the next resistance. But there's a lot left in this candle, right? A lot of time left in this candle. There's the break. And we're in the last 25 minutes of this 4-hour. So the 4-hour might flip here. Oh, this would be interesting. This is the end of the 4-hour. 30 did close below, right? But like I had to stretch the shit out of that 30 in order for it to kind of make sense. That's a small bottom wick right there. 1 pip bottom wick on the 30, so. We'll see. If this is a bearish 4-hour close, it's also a really strong bearish hourly close, right? Because then it will close below here, below 78.8. At that point, the 4-hour flips. And if it's a bearish 4-hour close, we might be in sells off the rip to fill the range here as well. We'll see. Yeah, it should right now. Technically, at least to 79.4 here. Uh-oh. Rode over the charger. Fucking charger. Pushing. Seeing that 5 closed bullish above the range. Different stories being told. Sorry, I'm just eating off camera. Hey, appreciate the $4.99 Wix goes. Wix 9 we trust. Thank you. Your third super on a live stream. W. Oh, whoops. Lindor be hitting. Step away from the chocolate. It's for the kids. You be eating up all the kids' chocolates right now. Lindor. Them just truffles. You know that's your girl's candy. You know men don't buy that. Petty donut time. I'm always for it. One of these days it's gonna run all the way down to $1. Will we pop now? It should. 3 minutes. The way it's printing, it's staying below here, so expect some kind of drive. I just don't want to enter here with the 4-hour close coming up. Really curious to see how it works out. 10 pips to the 4-hour flip. I don't know. All right, there we go. 199 from Tides Rolling. Do I hear 198? 198, anyone? What I cashed this morning, I had sells at I had about 25 pips. I had sells at 1986.239. Yeah, on the news candle right after news. I imagine we come down today. But once again, will we come down after making a steeper wick? I think we need to see about 85 before coming down. If we are to drive down, which I believe we are, but only time will tell. Be patient. You need to mute the smacking. Yeah, we were doing some SMR. Yeah, next time it'll be a pineapple. Isn't the news candle liquidity grab? I mean, some end of it, one end of it is, and one end of it is the drive. But to learn a skill and earn from, yeah, because whatever that skill is, right, that's the worst you can do in life, is get paid for that skill, whatever it's worth. Get a high value skill, and that's the worst you can do in life. Make sure your rock bottom, right, the worst you can do is as high as possible. Good evening. Are we driving yet? Yeah, it looks like it's driving. Oh, the 15 closed. It's a strong closure. We're not trading this last 15 of the 4 hour. I'm really curious how the 4 hour will close. It might flip bearish. We might hold this area here and come up. The hourlies never close below here. But if this 4 hour flips bearish and closes bearish, we might be in off the rip, as long as there's a bottom wick. Why do I still have an hour left on my 4 hour? You're just on a different broker. That's it. Price is in the same place, just different brokers, so it reflects differently. Your rollover time is different, so that's what it is. All good. The 4 hour is the only one that's different. Everything below that is the same. Massive, massive 7 pip drive here. Watch it drop 100 as I say that. Staying for FOMC tomorrow? Probably. It's not staying. I'll probably come back at 2. I think tomorrow is the day. You gonna pop or what? It's not bad from where we looked at it. Last 30 of this 4 hour, about 9 pips there. That's all it gave. If the 4 hour flip, do we have to wait for a top wick? If the 4 hour flips, closes bearish, and closes with a bottom wick, I'm probably not going to, but yeah, chat, you see we would have hit BE here. Regardless, if I'm going to be completely honest, I would have went BE here at 9 pips roughly. And we would have hit BE on any sells that we would have attempted there, that we were looking at. Just not worth the position there. Not worth the stress. Let's get some volume. Remember I said let's see us drive out of this range. And so far, right? This is all we've done. Not to say that it can't, but for now we're just in one place. We've moved like 10 pips. So now, this was an attempt to drive up, and it respected 1980. You see that? It just tried to drive up and respected it. It's going to try to come down again. Will it? If it does, maybe for the 4 hour close, we can get a bearish closure. But for now, looks like we're holding. This is key to see if we respect or we close above. Seven minutes, chat. Who's next after you? Who got next, chat? We win, I'm staying on. Like it's fucking pickup basketball. Kieran's up at midnight. Inez is up for London. Husky's up for pre-New York, and then Donvo for New York, and then Elvis will be back tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, right before this session, a couple hours before this session. And then it's on to Wednesday for us tomorrow, right? The entire day covered. Wix, do you pay attention to the gaps? As long as the face is pretty. Won't be easy. Link the others. There's got to be a like. People are gonna link it. Did the same thing from January. April, grew my account 300 to 1500. I thought it was hot shit. Yeah, I mean, it's that false sense of actually thinking you're consistent and profitable, and it's got to take much longer than. But it's good. Like, you need that experience because it humbles you and it lets you move further to a new high, right? Past this. Nah, someone clocked you in it, Jonathan. Someone clocked you in. Yeah, I had no idea. Damn, drawdowns, yeah. Yeah, that first withdrawal, it's almost surreal, right? It's like, wait, did I just fucking make money? The key is not to like go fucking, you know, on a Bugatti website and try to build your Chiron, right? The key is to realize that what you just did ain't shit, and you're gonna need to do it many, many, many times over. Like, for real, people be hitting the dealership after their first payout, and it's like, yeah, manifest whatever the fuck you want, but that's not how it's gonna come. People manifest the wrong thing. Manifest the work, not the result. Put yourself in a position where you can get that work done. Fuck that beat. Make me hungry, yo. 1 minute here for the 4-hour close. So the 4-hour might close bullish, respecting resistance here. The hourly is closing bearish below. I also believe we will re-break the 4-hour low before driving up. So, what's the next support here? I'm not in anything. I wanna see how we open up. If we open up with a steep top wick, I might take a flip down. If we open up with a steep bottom wick, I might take a flip up. We're kind of in that area. 10 seconds. Alright, there's the closure. Close below this area as well. I'm gonna need a steeper top wick here, but if it drives down, then it drives down. Great. It looks solid. I want us to come back. Oh, we pretty much did, right? It tapped these wicks here. Pop. Right, this could be a bottom wick for this 4-hour to continue up. The 4-hour close, right, with no bottom wick. Take your gains, pay your taxes. Yep. Secure the bag. Always secure the bag. Price is not coming down here. It should be dropping down to grab some orders for a 4-hour bullish flip. I expect the daily to flip here. At some point, this daily needs to flip. How far it'll drive, I don't know. It might create. The previous daily never broke. The daily before that, day before yesterday, it never broke that low. It's driving down here. If we were to come up, create a steeper top wick, I would take sells on a rebreak of the lows. That'll give me some more confidence for the hourly. Idea is I want us to come up and rebreak 80 and then have confirmation whether we can stay above 80 or below it. Because after a retest of a rebreak at a high. Hold on, chat. That was really good. First 5 closed, no bottom wick. Re-breaking the lows. We drive. If we flip here on the 4-hour, I'm gonna take a buy on the break of the highs because we just grabbed orders for the previous 4-hour low. So if it flips, we'll look for buys. If it doesn't, I'm gonna look for positions to fill the range here. Yeah, daily's driving down here, huh? Nice top wick on the 5. Yeah, I mean. But then again, the previous 5 didn't have a bottom wick, right? So indicating not much range. So I think you would need I would need a steeper top wick on the higher time frame. Yeah. Nothing I can do here right now. If we feel bullish on the hourly chat, if we start coming up here, I'm gonna look for buys at 19.8528. But ideally, it starts happening quite early here. If it doesn't, and we get a... Okay, we had a pretty decent 15. I think if we get a 30 closure like this, I'll look for sells to fill the range down. Because, like I said, at any moment this 4-hour can flip and be a drive up. Hey, TTE in the house. What's the deal, brother? Everything fantastic. Thank you for joining us. You think it's ideal if we break the lows first, then get a buy on the flip? Break the lows of what? We broke the lows that I needed to be broken, which was the bottom wick for the previous 4-hour. Now, if this 4-hour flips bullish, I'll expect us to, at the very least, fill the previous 4-hour wick, roughly 22 pips, and then retest top of the range at 85. Because then I see that we've grabbed orders and we're following structure of the previous higher time frame candle. But if we don't do that and we end up closing this type of bearish, maybe the next 30 holds the key to our success. Yeah, if we get a nice steep top wick, I could take a 15, but I'd rather see the 30. And to be honest, we might just finish the range out. Like I've really stretched this out, right? You want a nice bottom wick. You want a nice top wick on the next candle. Why do wicks matter? Because all wicks matter. Alright, here we go. Here we go. This is interesting. Oh, guess not. I was looking to somewhere around 79.1 here. That we got a bullish 5 printed. That ain't it. We close like this on the 30, I'm gonna look for positions. Does having a bottom wick present a higher chance for the price to run? Yeah, it lets me know there's a range to fill, and if we could fill range, maybe with momentum, the market can break it as well, break the support as well. Where do we tend to drive down from? Around 78.5, right? Roughly this area is where it tends to drive down from. A little bit higher. 78.7. That's pretty much where it's tapped, right? 78.7 on the dot. Yeah, I think it should drive down here. Boy, oh boy, if this 4-hour flips, this would be so interesting. Because the daily, right? The daily's flipped. It's got a bottom wick now. Technically, it should drive down, but if it doesn't, and starts driving up, you've got a bottom wick now. There's nothing stopping you from driving up and faking out on the higher time frame on a daily, closing back above range. And if that happens, you might see, right? Daily comes back up here, because now you have a bottom wick, so it would look like this. And if you close above here, you're most likely going to mirror that push up to the left, right? Like this, so you might end up coming back up here. But from the way it looks and the way it came down here, right? Over here, the market was pushing up over here. Well, over here was pushing down too. So where did it tap? It came down all the way to 1970 before making that decision. There's range on the daily to come down further. It's all about how's it going to do it. Appreciate you, Nick. Thank you for coming through. Love the kind words. We all do, right? Because we all want to know that we made a difference. I think they're worth it. Motivates me to get better. Better off for you guys. Appreciate you. Eight minutes here on the 30. Now, if the 15 closes like this, indecision, like, and next 30 creates a top wick, I'm looking for 79.9, maybe 80 flat for a top wick, and then a drive down. Or it drives down now. There's nothing wrong with taking the sells here, right? It was just not where my comfort level is, or was at the moment. But it came down nice. It was a really, really nice push here. Hourly's a giveaway, but very small. A small wick there. I really wanted a steeper wick. 80.7 we said, never got there. Oh. What's the FVG of your Zoot? I have no idea what an FVG is. General question, does looking for a top wick for entries or flip ever depend on the size of the range? If a wick gives you an entry, bigger range, or flip gives you higher probability, what entry would you take? It It just depends. It depends on the time frames. It depends on, you know, on what range we broke out of, which range we're coming back into. Because if the, like I said, right, if the 4 hour closed above here, we had range to fill the wick, and we're very bullish. I probably wouldn't need a bottom wick. I would have just taken buys to fill, because I would understand that if the 4 hours now closed bullish, if we above 1980, for us to take sells or for the market to come down bearish, it would need to come up, grab orders above the previous wick. So buys or sells, the market would need to tap above 82.9, 83 in order to come down. But the 4 hour didn't close like that. So now if that changes a bit, we need this bottom wick on the 4 hour. See, now the 4 hour's got the bottom wick. Now if it flips, we can take the buy, but it's not above this range. So just many nuances. You're gonna be able to differentiate that, you know, the difference between them just by showing up and applying it and attempting to apply it on the charts every day. Jack, give me 1 sec. We got 4 minutes to the 30 close, but this will be interesting. Let's see. 30 close like that, we might be in off the rip. Yeah, if we close below 78.5, but with enough range to fill, a little bit below it, right? I'll take it off the rip. Give me 1 sec. Give me a minute. I want to grab a drink. Had a headache, took a couple of Motrin. See if we get a top wick here. Oh, that's interesting. It's just gonna come down, huh? It might just come down, but I really want a top wick on this candle. Didn't close above here either, right? And this is an area above which we just drove up. It's not my position. Alright, you've created a bit of a support here. It wasn't like a driving candle. Last 15 minutes, you've kind of ranged around in this area. So now that, you know, typically what happens to break out of the range, yeah, it's a small range, but you typically drive one way to come up the other. If we didn't range here, if this was just a drive to close out the candle, we might have been off the rip. But for the last 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, we've kind of ranged here. So I'd want a top wick and then the rebreak of the lows to confirm we're going to continue down. Or we drive straight up for a 4-hour flip, ideally. Completely dearly. Q4 has been very educational for me, especially last week. Yeah. I mean, all the time I spent on the charts, like, seems to be very educational. Like, the most unexpected of times, there will be teachable moments on the charts. You might, like, literally, your eyes will just be searching, scanning the screen, and you'll stumble upon something that you'll just be like, oh shit, I never realized that. to create a top wick, right? Now it's re-breaking a low. I can't justify entry here because just as likely as it is to come down, it's just as likely to start rejecting coming up after grabbing orders for the previous 4 hour. This seems to be an area from which we tend to wick off of, right? The wick off. It's the wick off. And yes, I say put your trust in the higher time frames. The higher time frames should come down, but in what kind of fashion? Right? I don't want to enter and then sit through like 40 minutes, an hour of drawdown. I want it to be the candle that drives. And we risk missing it because of that. Oh, 5-minute close bearish, so it held resistance here. Hold on, top wick. Let's see how high we come up. Oh, it held. You see, it's holding this area here. This is a strong rejection area. Right off of there we drove. So 5 minutes held it so far. What's up? I was muted. I mean, I don't know why I'm asking that. I know I was muted, but like, damn, my bad, chat. I was saying, just notice the amount of times it's attempted to break this low, and it hasn't. And typically, what happens is next time it taps it, or when it does break it, it'll drive. But the chances of it breaking it have come down because now it's, every time it tries to break it and it doesn't, is a chance that drives the other way. So I can't take a position here until I understand the low is broken here, and this is a small time frame. So right, I can't take a position here. I understand we should drive down, but I just can't. Oh, hold on a second, chat. kids are fighting. I already told you, you can't use your fists until I get there. It's got to be fair. Shit, my mic's on. But see how this 15. This is whack. 15 will drive. I got no entries. You're all about peace. I'm all about fairness. I don't know. Like, we don't want to be stuck in this, right? Down, up, down, up. Oopsie. The 1 minute. Look at this massive range on the 1 minute. Can this be the start of that drive up? I don't want peace. I want problems. Always. Word. Way to stay toxic, Eddie. Get him. You never checked the 3 minute time frame? I didn't even know that existed. Stay toxic, my friends. Yeah, I'm all about fairness. It's not really about the thing that we're doing. Like, you know, we could all rob a bank, but the shit's got to be fair. That split's got to be fair, according to what we all did in the robbery. Oh, if this 4 hour could flip right now, we could take buys and say goodnight. It's a new lullaby I'm working on. We can get an hourly close like this, and we will still need a top wick. So this would be interesting. I would be interested in positions on the next hourly top wick, a wick entry if this 30 closes with no top wick. Then right off the rip on the next hourly, we come up, make a top wick. I'm taking sells, right? If we do this, I'm taking sells immediately as we start creating this whole top wick, right? So here to come down. But that's only if there's no top wick right here. If we just close with a strong body. And that would also on the hourly make sense because that would give us a top wick on the hourly to fill the range down. Figure out where your edge is and apply it. wait for it, and apply it. Ooh, 15. See the way the 15 closed? This time I want the 30 to close. If the 30 can do a similar close to that, I'll look for sells. Right, because a 30 closes no top wick indicates no more range to come up, and the hourly will have a bottom wick, and this is just a pullback to fill the bottom wick on the hourly, which is a smaller time frame range, right? That bottom wick on the hourly is just this range that we'll be breaking back into. It's gonna be interesting. Ah. Kind of forced to wait here. Yeah, 12 minutes. We gotta wait 12 minutes. Also, if we close above 79,420, a 420. Oh, whoops, wrong area. This is really what I'm looking for. 79.5. If we could close above there, it's the area I'm looking at. If we can close above there on this 30, and then next 30 creates a bottom wick, we can take the flip up, expecting the 4-hour to then start coming up, and we'll be sitting pretty on the 4-hour flip and break of the highs. So plenty of opportunity, but we must wait. Oh, give me a minute. A 4 hour looking like it's gonna flip, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna, even if we flip, if this 4 hour flips, I'm gonna take a buy on the flip of it. Not the 1 hour. Oh, it is. It's this current 1 hour, right? Not the flip. I'm sorry. The break of the highs. There's 7 minutes in this hourly. I believe if we break the highs of the 4 hour, we'll be due for a drive. Let's wait for this 30 close, see if it can close up over this area. Bottom wick on the next 30, a flip, right? Do you want the next 30 to break this previous 15 low? It had no bottom wick there. We can break it, grab some orders there. As it flips, we'll take buys to come up, finish the range up, and flip on the 4 hour. We must wait on the close here though. I also want to see a bottom wick on the next hourly candle first, because the hourly's closing bearish. The chance it drives down, so I want that drive down to happen first, and a flip up that would give us the bottom wick for the bullish 30, right? And a bottom wick for the previous bullish 15 with no bottom wick, and it would make us feel safer here because now we don't need that drive down. Right now we're gonna have the drive down first, and it's driving up. We can probably start looking at the break of the previous hourly highs for to manage risk. Right, we got a bottom wick and then flip and drive. The previous hourly high would be the 4 hour flip, roughly 10 pips, 9.5. Yeah. So 4 minutes here. 4 minutes chat. Let's see. It's only Moon Day. It's actually Tuesday, but sure. Sure. You're So a few things need to happen. We need to close above 79.420, and we need a bottom wick on the next candle first. Or we need to close below 79.420, and we need a top wick on the next candle first. Because if we close below here in a minute on the hourly, I'm gonna take it as we are not flipping on the 4-hour quite yet, and we might come down further on the next hourly, and we'll still have another 2 hours to start coming up. But that's how I'll take it as. So really key here. One minute, chat. 5 is giving you the fake out back in range, right? So you expect the top wick now on the next hourly if this 5 closes below. "20 seconds here, chat." Huh? Huh? We gotta be so zoomed in, this damn thing doesn't know what it wants to do. Alright, it's closing above. So the 30's closed above. Let's see if we can come down here to, yeah, roughly 78.7 areas. Might be it for the wick here, right? What's the stop here for the break of the lows? 15. Yeah, come break the lows. Nice, nice. Broke this area, did it? Okay. It tapped it, huh? Broke the previous 5. I really wanted to break the previous 15 low. But if it doesn't and it starts breaking the highs, I will most likely look to enter on the break of the highs of the current candle. Yeah, this is a good area. Damn, this whole thing here is really 12 pips. Wow. Right now it's kind of sitting here, but I assume that the rejection should be pretty strong if it does start breaking the highs. And we don't want a bearish 15 closure. We want this bottom wick on a drive now. And if the 15 is going to close, we want it to close bearish above this area. All right, we're coming up. Let's see if we break the highs. I'm going to take buys here. Fairly small stops. You know what's crazy? This is way off on my broker. We closed below on the broker. I don't know. On the broker, it doesn't make sense. I'm looking at the MT5 chart, and it does not make sense because this area here, it closed below here. That's fucking weird. Is everyone else like that? Yeah, look at this 5 closed within range. That's strange, right? Like my closure is literally like 2 pips below here. And this 5 is closed bearish below range again. Now you opened up with a top wick. This is, I don't know if I like that. I mean, I'm fine if there's a gap, but mine clearly, like we have a clear established closure above here. Right? On the broker, it's like this. It did not close above. Yeah, I don't think I like this, chat. I'm going to stick around here for 5 more minutes. I want to see how this 15 closes. I'm not going to take the flip here. I'm not going to take the bullish flip here. If it dries, it dries. It's way off on the broker. It's making me question things. Here with Osprey, and it's the same with TradingView. Yeah, no. No, it's the same level on the broker. It's just this candle, this bullish candle, closed below it. Four minutes. We just spent the first 11 minutes of this 15-minute candle making a bottom wick. I think you're tripping. Well, then you can take the trade. And I'll stay out of it for a more certain position. Yeah, off here it looks solid. The flip, you came down, made the bottom wick first. You didn't really get it to where you wanted, right? 78, 78. But, you know, if you have a candle flip at the same time as you have a tape flip, that must mean something. Oh, here comes that flip. That it here? Yep, that's the drive. Yeah, chat. I would have already been in here. Actually, no, yeah, we just rebroke the high. We're only up, like, broke it by half a pip. But I'm not in here. Like, I would have entered right here. I honestly, I just don't trust it because of the way my broker closed. It should drive up to the top of the range. Don't let this little thing hold you up, or mine else hold you up. If yours closed like this on the broker, you're completely within, you know, your right to take these buys to the top, which is a massive, massive 9-10 pips here, right? If it drives up, and that's the 4-hour flip, right? Yeah, it might very interesting. And the 4-hour needs to break the highs before driving down as well, too, right? Yeah, chat, I'm not gonna take this. If you guys want to take this and play around in this range, I'm I'm not taking it. I'm gonna stay out. Chat, I'm gonna call it a stream here because I already know I'm not gonna take a position here. It's the range isn't worth it. Like maybe if this range was 40 pips, that's our advantage point, then I'm sure we'll get 10 out of it. But this range to the next advantage point is 10 flat, a little less, and I don't like the way my broker printed under. Chat, I'm gonna call it a stream. I'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm sorry, there's no positions today. Well, not for me. You guys are, you know, you can do whatever you want. This flip can lead to the 4-hour flip, and then it'll drive up. Yeah, I'm gonna stay out of it because I would have been in already. For me, for this position to be ideal, we should have been in right here. Maybe be about 5 pips in profit. Also, yeah, you see the 15 closed with no top wick here. It gets really tough. Should drive, right? The higher time frame really has a bottom wick. You should drive, but I'm not comfortable with it. So it remains the only trade so far this week was the Sunday session, private gang, 840 pips. Outside of that, we kind of just chilled here. Thank you, Daniel, Emmanuel, Bougie. Thank you guys for showing up on cam. I mean, I'll unleash you guys next time once we get an earlier trade. I just it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was hard reading candles here. Just it didn't exactly set up the way we wanted, and it's not driving. Market's like trickling up, trickling down. A lot of news tomorrow, big news day, so make sure you're there in the morning. Obviously, we already announced Karen's going to be here midnight, Inez is going to be here for London, Huss is going to be here for pre-New York, Don's going to be here for all the news in the morning for New York session, and then Elvis at 5, and I'll see you guys at 7:30. All right, chat, thank you for coming through. Thank you for showing love and support. I'm sure we'll get some tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day for the morning, so I think if we'll drive in the morning and create some range, we can probably look to fill them or correct them in the Asian session. So, all right, I think we're gonna call it here. Mods, thank you so much for coming through and helping me run this shit. Green, I know you were late, but you had an excuse. Green got me an excuse note, so he's excused. All right, chat. Zoom, thanks for coming through. We'll kill it tomorrow. And just like that, another Asian session is in the books.